Hello, adventurers. It's Rosealyn, and welcome back to Sunhaven. We are on to our next lesson with Nivara today. Are you prepared to begin your next lesson, Rosealyn? I am ready again, Nivara. Everyone sees the world through their own perspective. A single perspective is only a single way of seeing the world. Many perspectives lead to a more complete understanding. Totally agreed. No matter how different something or someone is, you can find commonality with it if you're willing to look. Most of the citizens of Nivara are welcoming of your presence, but what about one who is not? I think we already know who that is. Rosealyn, seek them. When you find you have reached a commonality, come back to me. Are you talking about Wesley? Was it so obvious that it was Wesley of who I spoke? I know how the Elder's assistant can think sometimes, and how he feels. Regardless of any misgivings you might harbor, approach Wesley with a willingness to see his perspective. You will find you have more in common than either of you may think. You should be able to find him in the tavern of the Grand Tree at the moment. I'll give it a shot. All right, so we have a lesson in commonality this time. Last time was a lesson in perspective, as she alluded to, when we talked to Van and to Iris. This time, we've got to take on the task of Wesley, it seems. So let's get in here to the tavern and see if we can't talk to him a little bit and see what we can come to an agreement on. What do you want to talk to me for? Commonality, huh? Listen, I don't have any time for something like that. And besides, it's a bad idea anyway. You can train it with Nivara all you want, but I have work to do. That's understandable. Sounds like he isn't going to make this easy, of course. Maybe the Elder could provide some advice. Perhaps he's in the council room. Let's go chat with the Elder. Maybe there's something that Wesley and we could bond over? I don't know. Maybe there's something important to him that we could help with. Oh, hello there, Rosealyn. Do you need me for something? What's the deal with Wesley? I cannot tell you I didn't think this moment would come. Wesley has a lot to worry about, though perhaps it's just an excuse I make for him. He admittedly has a few things to learn in order to become Elder. What do you see in him? It's a very fair question, and one I bear responsibility to answer. Wesley cares deeply for our Nilvari traditions, deeper than perhaps anyone else, including myself. More than anything, Wesley wants to watch Nilvari and all of its people thrive. The way he seeks to accomplish this, however, is through long-standing tradition, some of which has not aged well, it seems. When I selected him as my apprentice, he was full of hope and eagerness, but now I worry that his own fears have turned him sour. Perhaps I failed at being there to guide him when he needed it. Let's just say he has some growing to do. He has much to learn, and I have much to teach him. Perhaps it's time he learned something truly important. Yes, Rosealyn, maybe you coming to Nilvari really was fate. I wouldn't be surprised if Nivara thought so too. Perhaps this Wesley's lesson is just as much as it is yours. What can I get through to him? He lets his pride and duty get the better of him. He doesn't like to accept help either. He worked very hard to prepare for your farm for you, didn't you know? Of course you didn't, though, since he didn't show it. The way Wesley acts doesn't earn him many friends or much thanks for the work that he does. He made the farm? From the moment I put the task on him, he worked every single day to get that home and land ready for you. Tending to the grounds or making the old farmhouse a more comfortable abode, though he had quite the trouble dealing with how quickly the weeds would regrow. You'd hardly believe he worked up a single sweat from the way he acted so rudely. Perhaps there's something you could do as a show of goodwill to Nilvari? That, I believe, is something my apprentice would never expect. All right, that's something that we might be able to work on. Let's see. All right. Donate mana orbs at the donation box in the center of Nilvari, and 100 of them. Okay. In the center of Nilvari. So not at the little podiums where we infuse. It might be in the lower part of town, maybe near the quest board? Oh, yeah, I do see a little box here. Donate. Do you like to donate mana orbs? Yes. How much do I have? Apparently I had 100. Rosealyn, what are you doing at the town donation box? What? You've put how much into the box? But why? I didn't need to be paid back for the work I did on your farm. I did what I did because it was what the Elder asked of me. I wanted to give back to Nilvari and to thank you. Yeah, well, thank you as well. Is there anything else I could do? I will thank you for the generous donation, but I'm far too busy to be messing around like this. What are you up to? If you have to ask, I'm working on restoring an old poem that was written in the ancient Nivarian language. Something only I can handle, which means I'm not getting any help. So I'd appreciate you not wasting any more of my time, please. This sounds familiar. It's written in the old tongue, which is so old that even the elder can barely speak or read any of it. What I'm getting at is there's no way you could possibly help me out. Sounds a little familiar. Yeah. I think this is something that we came across in the Sunhaven library. And yeah, it's sending us back to Sunhaven to talk to Amanda about the poem. That's so cool. Couple of quests here on the board, but we'll maybe tackle those later. We've got to get back to Nilvari and talk to Amanda. Maybe we really can help Wesley out with this poem. One that we've encountered before in a previous quest to be able to get to Nilvari, as the trees were protecting the way. So we've already got a berry. We can go straight to Sunhaven through the Griffin. And here we are. We can go over to the library and talk to Amanda. Plus, we should probably check on our cow and our chicken. And the library. Amanda, can you tell us about that poem again? What library services can I offer you today? Perhaps you'd like to thumb through some of our rare, one-of-a-kind demonic textbooks. Amanda, wow. Wow, how about Make Millions Farming? Today, not tomorrow, or Infinite Mana in a Nutshell? No, we need to see the Nilvarian text. You just want to see it. Well, actually, I would like to give it back to Nilvari. Oh, I get it, you're joking. Oh, you're not joking. Okay, let me say it this way. There's no way you're taking that text out of this library. It belongs to the Nilvarians. It's not going to happen. Why? Pretty please? Look, why exactly do you need the poem? I want to give back their old poem in their original tongue. So you don't need the text, you need a copy of it then. I'll allow you to make a copy of the text. Got it? Just a copy. Well, why don't we keep the copy? It's not ours. Yes, a copy. Just take a piece of paper and copy what the text says by hand. What, you think there exists some magical machine that could copy papers? Make a hand copy and you can do whatever you want with it for all I care. Do you have something I can write with? Girl, you didn't come prepared. Come on now. I can provide a slip of paper, but I'm not letting you touch my quills. I don't blame you, Amanda. What, you mean to tell me you have nothing else to write with? Well, in place of a proper writing tool, you could always just make some charcoal. How do I do that? Goodness gracious. Just burn a log of wood in something like a furnace until it's turned into charcoal. You really needed me to explain that to you? As far as writing tools go, it's as primitive as it gets, but it'll work. Okay. Looks like we are going to go make some charcoal so we can write on a piece of paper, because she doesn't want to return the original text, which is, I think, is insane. I don't know why we wouldn't just keep a copy in Sunhaven and return the original. Okay. So we have a furnace, and funny enough, we have a piece of wood. I wonder if it's, yeah, just one. That works out pretty well. I must have picked it up from our little stump baby over on the Nilvari farm. Now, do I need to craft it into something? It doesn't seem like it, so I just take it back to her and just plain old use it. Okay. Gonna make my hands all sooty and black from the charcoal, but hey, I mean, if that's the lowest price we have to pay, or the highest price we have to pay, rather, to get this back to Wesley, then I'll take it. All right, Amanda. Got the charcoal? Great. Let's get this over with. Should I put on my gloves? I'll hold the book while wearing my gloves. You copy it, got it? Just be quick and get this over with already. She's smart. She's keeping the book in her hands. Great work. Can you never ask for this text again now, please? We'll see. We'll see about that. And we're up to 3 hearts with her. That's awesome. All right, we've got to find a berry to get back to Nilvari with to give to the Griffin, because I forgot to grab an extra one. Berries retrieved. We are ready to head back to Nilvari with a copy of the poem for Wesley. I don't know if he'll accept a copy, but we'll give it our best shot. I mean, a copy is better than nothing, right? I hope he doesn't get mad that Sunhaven has an original copy, or original version, rather, not a copy. I don't know how he would take that. Let's get up to the grand tree and talk to him about it. What is it now? I've told you before, I'm too busy for... This is for you, Wesley. What? But this must be... How did you get this? It's the poem you're trying to restore, right? I know what it is. I want to know how you got it. Sunhaven has the original text. I couldn't take that, but I made a copy. Maybe you have the poem in its original language, but there's no way you actually know what it means. I bet I do. Huh? Then prove it. Plant a seed inside your bed, grow a dream inside your head. Yeah. What? There's no way. Yeah. You just quote it. I had to learn a lot about Nivara to get here. Rosealyn, why did you come here? Sun Dragon asked me to learn about the elves or to learn Nivara's lessons. All three are valid. Let's say Sun Dragon. So a duty. I understand. It's important to serve your duty. Okay, maybe he can find some commonality with that because he has some duty to the elder to learn about Nivara as well. Well, I guess it must have been a lot of work for you to get this poem for me. Hard work pays off. No one else seemed to care about this old poem. They all don't mind letting our ancient customs and history fade away. I have to work really hard to make sure someone remembers them. It's safely in your hands now. Thanks, Rosealyn. Maybe we have something in common after all. Don't mention it. A sense of duty. A sense of duty. I think we... Oh, and this frog broke. I think we finally found something in common with Wesley and are on better terms. I really like that he ended up being a part of Nivara's lessons as well, which is really, really cool. Let's go back and talk to the World Dragon and tell her that we have succeeded in this second lesson and see where she sends us next. Hello, Nivara. Welcome back, little sprout. I sense you have been through much since you set out on your lesson. You'll never believe what Wesley said. In fact, I would, Rosealyn. Underneath everything, Wesley has a kind soul, always striving to make himself better for Nivara. With this, he shares common ground with all of us. Rosealyn, commonality can turn enemies into friends, or even cities into allies. Wesley will remember what he learned, and it will be part of what makes him a good elder one day. I hope you'll remember as well. If I pass this lesson, even as you encounter the greatest of foes, remember that there is no distance you cannot bridge by finding commonality. Remember these words, Rosealyn, and your lesson will be passed. Ah, this is so great. I think I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this. I will remember it. I won't forget it. Then your second lesson is complete, Rosealyn. Now, one final lesson remains. When you're prepared to face it, speak to me again. Oh, wow. Okay. And, of course, we're gonna go with the fishing XP. Ooh, she gave us some seeds? Awesome. And bonus mana? That's so awesome. Let's head back to the farm and get some stuff planted. All right, we got our seeds from Nivara in the ground, and I think it's time to go ahead and wrap up for today. Thanks for joining me in the second lesson on commonality. I think Sunhaven is doing a fantastic job about, teaching some life lessons and really making you think. And I just can't wait to see what this third lesson is going to be. Hope to see you next time. Don't forget to check out another game that I've been playing. I'll leave a link for you right here on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.